We've all heard of cavemen before, but what did they really look like? And how long ago were they living? Join us as we look at some of the earliest primitive man ever discovered. Deep within the remote Italian Alps, scientists have just uncovered a perfectly preserved body of a man who lived over 5,000 years ago. This is Ötzi the Iceman, also known as the Man from Similon. He was found in 1991 by two German tourists on the Austrian side of the mountain range. His body was in such good condition that his clothes, equipment, and even tattoos were still visible. What is most amazing about this is that Ötzi was a Copper Age man who lived 5,300 years ago. To put this into context, this is around the time that Stonehenge began to be constructed. Yet his body is so well preserved that he looks like he died only a few years ago. The news of his discovery shocked the world, and many wondered if his body would start to show signs of decay. But since being found, Ötzi's body has actually remained in pretty much the same condition. Ötzi's body is kept at the South Tyrol Museum of Archaeology in Italy. When his body was found, it was near a glacier, and scientists believe that he may have been trying to cross the glacier when he met his demise. It's thought that he was around 45 years old when he died, and Ötzi's body has revealed some of the secrets of his life. Scientists believe that Ötzi suffered from a heart defect, and analysis of his body showed that he had been ill for some time before his death. This could possibly explain why he was alone so high up in the mountains. Analysis of his body also revealed that he was short, stocky, and muscular, likely due to him carrying heavy loads during his lifetime. He stood at just 163 centimeters or 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed around 62 kilograms or 137 pounds. Despite his small stature, he was very strong. Unlike most men of his time, he didn't have any facial hair. Instead, Ötzi sported a neat little haircut and had a full beard. Scientists even recreated what Ötzi might have looked like when he was alive by removing all the dirt from his skull and reconstructing his face. What's interesting is that scientists were able to find out his hair color and eye color from the preserved pigment in his body. The reconstructed skeleton shows that Ötzi had brown eyes and reddish-blonde hair. The skin on his body hasn't decayed, so we don't know what color his skin was, but experts believe that it was probably a light tan. There are even pictures showing Ötzi with green and blue paint applied to his body, which makes us wonder if these colors were used to signify something important during his time period. Before Ötzi was put on display at the museum, his brain was removed and sent to the University of Florence for analysis. Scientists discovered that Ötzi had an underdeveloped frontal lobe, which means that he may not have been the brightest when it came to making decisions. However, evidence suggests that Ötzi was a highly skilled hunter. Scientists found that he had excellent eyesight, and his body showed no signs of arthritis, meaning that he could have easily used a bow and arrow. It's believed that Ötzi may have belonged to a tribe of nomadic hunters. He traveled the European continent looking for food and shelter. When Ötzi's body was found, it was surrounded by some of his personal belongings. There was a copper axe, a knife, a container made from a human skull, various containers made from animal skin, and a pouch containing several arrows and one finished arrow shaft. All these objects have provided us with insight into the life of Ötzi and the world that he lived in. For example, scientists were able to discover what Ötzi ate by analyzing the contents of his stomach. After Ötzi died, his body was covered by ice, which preserved the contents of his last meal. Using DNA analysis, scientists discovered that his last meal contained the remains of deer meat, along with some grains and fruit. It seems like Ötzi enjoyed a nice hearty stew just hours before his death. By studying these items, scientists have been able to learn about the tools and technology available to people at the time that Ötzi lived. And they've learned about the daily life of a primitive man. One of the most remarkable discoveries about Ötzi's body was his clothing. His clothes were so well preserved that researchers were able to digitally reconstruct them. This allowed scientists to create a realistic mannequin of Ötzi and dress it in a replica of his clothes. Ötzi was buried in a loincloth made from deer hide, and he wore a belt made from grass. Around his waist, he wore a sleeveless jacket made from bear and wolf fur. This would have kept him warm while he was traveling through the mountainous regions of Europe. Ötzi also wore sandals made from cow leather, and he had a knapsack made from a bear's skin. All of these clothes provide us with a fascinating glimpse into the life of primitive man. And they help us to understand how early humans coped with the harsh environments they inhabited. But perhaps one of the most intriguing aspects of Ötzi's body is the tattoos that he had. When his body was first discovered, the tattoos were thought to be unique to Ötzi. However, other well-preserved mummies have since been found with similar tattoos. This suggests that tattoos were more common during the Copper Age than we previously thought. Most of Ötzi's tattoos were simple lines, dots, and crosses that were applied to his arms, legs, and torso. Some of the lines appear to be scars, but others may have had a more decorative purpose. Scientists believe that the tattoos may have been used to represent tribal affiliations or social status. Others believe that the tattoos may have had medicinal purposes and were used to treat pain or illness. Unfortunately, we don't know for sure what the tattoos meant to Ötzi and his contemporaries, but they are a fascinating glimpse into the beliefs and practices of primitive man. In recent years, scientists have turned their attention to Ötzi's equipment, in particular, his weapons. Ötzi's body was found with a Copper Age axe, which is one of the oldest examples of its kind ever discovered. The axe was likely used for hunting and other tasks requiring a sharp blade. In addition to the axe, Ötzi had a quiver of arrows and a bow. These weapons would have been essential for a hunter and gatherer, and they provide us with insight into the skills required to survive in the wild. But perhaps the most valuable item found with Ötzi was his knife. The knife was made from a deer femur, and it was one of the earliest examples of a bone knife ever discovered. Bone knives were used by primitive humans for a variety of tasks, including butchering animals and preparing food. The discovery of Ötzi's knife helped scientists to understand the versatility of early humans and their ability to adapt to different environments. The discovery of Ötzi the Iceman in the Italian Alps has revolutionized our understanding of primitive man. His body and belongings have provided us with a wealth of information about the daily life, beliefs, and customs of the Copper Age people. As technology advances, we may continue to learn more about Ötzi and his world. And who knows what other secrets the Iceman may be hiding? If we learn anything new about Ötzi, we will definitely make more videos about him. So stay tuned for more updates. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Which fact about primitive man surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more amazing videos. Thank you for watching.